Hello,
Hello,
Emily. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Addison?
Good. It's good to be with you. It's good to be with our viewers today. I'm very excited for this occasion. We are talking about our community challenge grant winners. Uh, as you know, Emily, you've been
Mhm.
on a few of these,
I
so
have.
I don't have to explain it to you. But to our audience, to folks who are just joining us, earlier this summer, AARP announced our chosen grantees for the 2023 Community Challenge Grant Program. These are organizations from all across the state that are making their communities more livable for people of all ages. And as you may have heard in the live announcement, and you've seen over the past couple months, we have interviewed at least 6 of our grantees, 6 of the 7. So today we are talking with our last grantee, not our last, but the last interview with our 7 grantees. So really looking forward to talking with our guest today. And at the last one, you heard from our friends at Stillwater's Adult Day Service, Adult Day Center in Indianapolis. But today we are traveling north to talk with the Mongo Community Development Association. So I'd love to bring on Mark Martello with the Mongo Community Development Association.
Hello.
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Good, good.
Thanks for being here. I didn't butcher your name, did I?
Oh yeah, but then I've been used to that for a number of years, so don't worry about it.
Can you pronounce it for me?
Margarello.
Margarello. Nice to meet you. Nice to be with you. Thanks for being here. For those who aren't familiar, we were talking before we started recording. Mongo is an unincorporated community in Springfield Township. It's in LaGrange County, Indiana, so it's way up north on the border between Indiana and Michigan. So thank you for taking time out of your day to be here with us.
Oh, absolutely. My pleasure.
Well, Mike, I'm just going to kick it off with the first question. Can you just tell us a little bit more about the organization, so the Development Association, and what is your role with them?
I'm a volunteer with the association. The group was started a number of years ago to obviously make improvements in the community. There's no government. So if anything that happens, it happens because of the people. A big push a number of years ago was creating a town park out of a vacant lot, a kind of a brownfield, and that has really sprung to life. And it's sorry, and let's see. Then a few years ago, the association started working with county government and started receiving economic development income tax money, and a very small amount in the grand scheme of things. And 100% of that money has been put toward sidewalks to make it a safer community. It's not a lot of money. $5,000 a year does not go very far when you're building sidewalks. So that's the big push right now in the community, is to get more sidewalks.
That's amazing. I feel like your community's get together is just really, really inspiring for other communities, and all the things that you've been able to accomplish is pretty special and powerful. Your project was one that stood out among over 80 applications that we had in Indiana. And so I wanted to see if you could tell us a little bit more about your project specifically, so that everybody can know what you're going to be doing in Mongo.
Well, the association has worked over the years to try to develop the best places to put in sidewalks, and we thought with the expertise that's being provided through the program through AARP, we would be able to better refine it. Certainly, the folks who have lived in the community a number of years have a pretty good idea as to where this infrastructure needs to go. There are some main roads that have a lot of traffic that we would like to get people off of the roads and onto the sidewalks, particularly going to and from the park. There's a general store in town that a lot of people frequent, and a lot of younger people ride their bicycles. I heard of an incident just within the last couple of weeks where a child, elementary school aged child, was almost hit, and that wasn't good. But we also have a number of seniors who uh, walk their dogs, walk for exercise, etc. And our goal is to get them off the street and onto nice sidewalks.
Yeah. So, Mike, your application was one of our micro grants that was selected, which was really exciting. Um, and the reason behind these micro grants is to either create community gardens or improve walkability. Can you just talk a little? You talked a little bit about it already, but why this project was important to making Mongo a more livable community for all? Is it a very like car heavy sort of community? Like, is there a lot of automobile traffic and not as much walkability?
To a certain degree, yes. The one there's a state road that goes through the town, and it intersects with a county highway, that county road that's very busy, that carries commercial traffic, farm traffic, as our region, of Indiana and heading up into northern or southern Michigan, excuse me, is really big on the production of seed corn. But in addition to that, uh, we have a creek and a river that uh, intersect in town, and so we have two outfitters that rent canoes and kayaks and have excursions up and down the Pigeon River mainly, and that brings a lot of traffic to our community. I believe the estimate from the Tourism Bureau, Visitors Bureau, is that approximately 150,000 people go through Mongo a year, either for the canoeing and kayaking or for the fish and wildlife area, the Pigeon River Fish and Wildlife Area, that draws a number of hunters, and many people come here to bird watch also, particularly the Amish. They're big birders.
It sounds like a place that I definitely need to visit. Sounds beautiful.
The door is
Uh,
open.
Going off of what Addison just said about this being one of our micro grants that were awarded in Indiana. As a part of that opportunity, you have received some assistance from our partner, America Walks. And so I wondered if you could share a little bit more about some of that technical assistance that you might have received with America Walks.
We've been speaking with our representative from America Walks. Excuse me, I'm forgetting her name. She's out of Colorado, and she's been really good at providing resources for us to build upon the success that we've had over the last few years, particularly looking for sources of greater amounts of revenue to build this sidewalk program.
That's really cool. Yeah, that's the most important piece, right? I feel like when it comes to walkability, it's like, where's the funding? Especially for an unincorporated community. I can see how that would be a challenge. Um, so, Mike, just to close us out, like, I know this is a really important issue for the community. What are you most looking forward to with this project? And are there any future plans to build on it? I know you talked about a little bit about like looking for different funding sources, but what are you most excited about, and what does the future hold?
Well, there's going to be a big effort at the end of this month. The association has revived the Pigeon River Fest, and I'm sure some of the proceeds from that is going to go toward improving the sidewalks or adding more to the sidewalk inventory. It's a project that's just going to keep moving up. The past president of the association, her name's Rhonda Bartlett. I tried to get her to do this, but she said, "No, Mike, you can do the talking." But she's a super nice woman, and it was really her and others, but she was kind of one of the driving forces behind it. And I think as long as Rhonda is involved, and I don't see her going anywhere, this is going to be a continued effort. The streets in Mongo, the are really narrow. Sometimes you have to kind of slide off to the side of the road to let somebody to pass. And so if people are walking on them, sharing these narrow roads, it's not a good combination. So the goal is to make kind of a loop around certain roads to make it walkable, and starting and finishing, if you will, at the town park.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Before we wrap things up today, I wondered if there was anything else you wanted to mention or plug. Is there a website that people can go to find out more? Anything like that?
You can find us on Facebook. That's about it right now.
Okay.
They are working on the association is working on developing a website, but it's not there yet.
Well, Facebook does the job, so that's great.
Yeah.
So I just want to thank you for joining us today. That was a wonderful conversation. Thank you for taking time out of your day. It was really wonderful to learn more about Mongo. And now we can share it with the rest of the state, which is really special.
Yeah, well, we thank you. We appreciate the fact that AARP is providing this this shot in the arm for the program this year. It increased the amount of sidewalks that we can put in 1 year by almost 50%. So it's a big deal. We really appreciate it.
That is a big deal.
Yeah.
That's really special. Wow. Well, thank you. And thanks for saying so. And with that, I will just wrap it up for today and thank everybody for joining us. And be sure to check back here on our Facebook page to hear more about the AARP Community Challenge Grant, as we are making communities across Indiana even more livable for all ages. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.